One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. And when you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And the Golden Gophers will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Fighting Illini offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. And, Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him. Sometimes you play zone. Mix it up. Give different looks because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
Fighting off the defender. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Illinois trying to move the chains on 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Zings it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls and fires complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Illini!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Minnesota's offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Finds his man down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Here's the heat. He's going to take off. Fights off a defender. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Going right to work up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lewis.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Illinois could try to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Unloads it downfield. He's got it at the 30. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Illinois lining up quickly. Looking downfield on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Lewis. So much change of direction, he's down to the 23. The offense changing the play. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Wake Forest rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Winston-Salem. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Fires to the tight end. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Stockton. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Wants to throw on first down. Lofts one high and deep. Pick off to stop the threat. Trying to take it back. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Off play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Looking left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Oof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you...
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Lewis. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois. Quick strike through the air for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw at Stockton. Oh, they're after him. He's starting to feel a little pressure. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Looking for more room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Illini! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
The ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds.
On the set. Here we go.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Hit as he throws. He's open on the right. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. The Golden Gophers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Blasted as he lets it go.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Catch in the middle. It's Clements. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Has to get there to move the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Breaks into the open. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Yeah, and obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Right on the money. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, finding Illini. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Golden Gophers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Gets it out fast. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They'll try the right side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Golden Gophers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll try the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own stand. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Illinois! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Might as well give it to him again. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Throws to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Catch in the middle. It's Rivero. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Golden Gophers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Clements. Down to the 30-yard line where he stopped after a gain of 5, and that will be a first down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Golden Gophers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That's the end of the period. It's Illinois with the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Looking to throw on first down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Quarterback making checks. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab on the shot. He's loose. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Illini. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? UTSA has opened up a can, and the result is what's shaping up to be one of the more lopsided affairs of the entire day. They're up by 35 over Western Kentucky. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They're going to ride this running back. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game. You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. He wants to change this route. Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time.
Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field, and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. They go to the ground. He gets it down to the 40-yard line, but he's going to be a little bit short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. What a great job on that kick, bouncing it out of bounds inside the 10. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough.
He's got it at the 15. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Unloads quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.